you're welcome back to Mary's Secret channel. On today's video we are going to be learning an A-line illustration. Note, I am a freehand tailor, so I'm going to be using freehand to teach you how to make an A-line dress. So this is beginner friendly. If you are new to this platform, you are welcome. My name is Mary's Secret. I am an online tutor, and I am also in many social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and much more. So let's go straight to the point. Today we are going to be learning an A-line illustration. So let's go to the cutting table and let's get started. So guys, this is going to be my illustration today. This is going to be the front. Let me indicate it. This is going to be the front and this is going to be the back. Yeah, so now the back should stay aside and let's focus on the front first. This is going to be an A-line illustration. So first of all, you need to draft out your shoulder line, and secondly, you need to draft out your bust line, your waistline, your hip line, and your full length. So it's as easy as you can see. Your shoulder line, bust line, waistline, hip, and your your full length. So for my shoulder line, I'm going to be using 14. Note, not everybody is 14. Some people are 15, some people are 16. So for this illustration, I'm using 14. And 14 divided by 2, I'm going to be having 7. So I'm going to be using this just an illustration, so you know you understand how it's going to look like. So for this, I'm going to be using 7 inches. But since I'm using pattern paper, I'm just going to put it in 3. You understand? But I'm going to be using 7 inches. Please, there's nothing like sewing allowance when it comes to the shoulder line. There's no sewing allowance. One exactly your shoulder line is what you have to draft out. So after from there, I'm going to measure my bust, and for my bust, let me say I am 30. For me, I'm 32, and I'm going to divide my 32. I'm going to divide 32 by 4 and add my sewing inches allowance. So I'm going to be 4 and 2 inches allowance. So I just did that right now, and I could get almost like I could get 8 and 8 inches. I got 8 inches, and 8 divided and plus 2 inches allowance. I'm going to be indicating it. My waistline, my waist, I could let me just use 28, and 28 divided by 4, I'm going to have 7, and let me say 7 plus 2 inches allowance. This is just an illustration, so don't get things twisted. So I'm going to add my 2 inches allowance. Like, this is my bust measurement, I'm adding 2 inches allowance. This is my waist measurement, I'm going to be adding 2 inches allowance. So for my hip, I'm going to be having 35, and 35 divided by 4, let me approximate it. I'm going to be having 9. So 9, let me say this is my 9 inches plus my 2 inches allowance, because I have to be turning it out, and this is going to be my full length. So don't forget to draft out your shoulder line. Your shoulder line could be let me say, most people use, you can actually divide your shoulder line by 2. Let me say you are most people use 8. It depends on your bust. Like if you are 32, you can use 8, but if you are like 35, 36, you should use 9. So let me just use 8. So I'm going to be, as I said, I'm using my free hand to do this. So this is going to serve as my shoulder line. I'm going to go up by some inches, then I'm going to slant it, just as you can see. So now I'm going to be connecting it to the allowance. Like, this is my shoulder, my bust with the allowances. I'm going to be drafting it to the allowances, just as you can see. So this is how an A-line gown should actually look like. It's a very easy gown, very free gown. So after you are done with that, then you can actually now draft out your neckline. So right now I'm done drafting my A-line shape gown. So now I'm going to be cutting it out. So let me be cutting it out, and let's do that as fast as we could. And you can actually style it up in different ways, depending on how you want your A-line to actually look like. You can actually use turtleneck. You can actually use any type of neckline you want. You can actually use it for it. So it depends on the neckline you actually want to use for your neck, for your neck. So right now, I just want to make I just want to make it like a square shape neckline, depend on how I want it to be. So this is how to draft out your, I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. Don't forget to always, I forgot, honestly, please don't make this mistake. I totally forgot. Please don't always make sure you slant your shoulder line. I've forgotten. Oh my god. Please, once you are sewing, always make sure you slant out your shoulder by just an inch. So please don't make this mistake. I just remember right now. Please don't make mistake. Always make sure you slant your shoulder. So once you are done, then you can now cut your neckline. It depends on how, what you, any type of neckline you wish, you can now draft it out. And don't forget to always add sewing allowance to your dresses. So this is an easy way you can actually draft out your A-line gown, as easy as possible. So you can actually draft it out by just measuring it. And don't forget, for the back line, for the back, you can actually, you just trace it out. It's very easy. But if you are, but for an A line, don't forget to give space for your zip allowance in case you are using zip for it. Please don't forget your zip allowance. Give at least 1.5 inches for that. So this is going to be for your zip allowance. So this is for zip allowance. So please don't forget your zip allowance. It's very necessary. After your zip allowance, then you can now trace out, but don't remember, your the neckline should not be as deep as the front line. So make, you can just make it a little bit smaller. Don't forget to slant your shoulder as I just did. Don't forget, please. So after you done, you just trace it out and your A line gown is ready. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for watching to this very end. Mary Secret always get you covered. So I would like you to subscribe to my channel, comment and share this video so that a lot of people can also learn from what you just learned today. Thank you for watching. Until I see you next time, have a wonderful